Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany. Thank you for joining me today. Have a little story time. Let's talk about it. April 2016, I quit my job, got a loan for $7,450 at a 6% interest rate over 24 months to go to a coding boot camp. 10 years later, after making that decision, and I'm still a software engineer. Yes! So this video is the honest review of how I feel a decade later. Let's get into it. Before the Coding Bootcamp, I worked at a life insurance company. I was a data integrity analyst. Don't ask me what that means. All I know is I was looking at Excel sheets and like verifying information, that sort of thing, for its integrity. I'm not going to hold you. I don't know what I was doing. I was there and I was working my job and I was living my life, but I was spending majority of my free time like learning how to code. And I thought to myself, man, if I just had more time in a day to like focus in on this, then I could really like get further. So I came across boot camps, coding boot camps, and that's back when they were like rising. They were like everybody was in a coding boot camp. And so I thought to myself, okay, perhaps a coding boot camp could give me a space to just focus and learning how to code among other people who are also trying to get into that career path. Now, a little bit about me, not too much, but back in college, I studied management information systems and finance. And so part of my MIS degree was to take computer science classes. So I had some background of computer science and like the technical side of that piece and what that kind of looked like, what coding looked like. So I just wanted to dive further into it at this point in my life. I was nervous. Let's be so for real. I was nervous. Like the idea of going to a coding boot camp, leaving a stable job, because back then it was like, hey, you got to leave your job. You know, you need to focus on this for 3 months. So you have to leave your job. They wrote us an emails like, hey, we encourage you not to work during this time. Like it was serious. And so it was very scary for me. But I used my 401k to have living expenses for that time. And then I ended up, of course, getting the loan to pay for the school. And then I got like an, what do you call that thing? I got a scholarship for Coding Dojo as well. And then on top of that, I had to pay $8,000 deposit to secure my seat. So there's a lot going on. But even after all of that, the fear of being stuck at a place I wasn't truly happy in was even more scarier than taking this leap of faith. So the day-to-day of the coding boot camp was algorithms, coding through like the web app. They had like their own little web application that you do like exercises. We had instructors. They came in and taught us different lessons and things like that. And then we would collaborate with others throughout the day. It was a full day program. So sometimes people would stay like well into the evening hours. I tried to treat this as like a 9 to 5 job. So I would try to leave about 5, 6 o'clock every single day because I was just like, no. It was in downtown Dallas. I was like, I have to get home. It's dark and I don't know who outside. So I was like, I gotta get to the house. I'll continue there. But that was my day to day at the boot camp. The boot camp taught me how to solve problems, collaborate with others, and like build entire web applications. So it was like a full blown like system. And then they also added the algorithms at Coding Dojo, which really helped because everybody wanted you to solve algorithms in the interview. So that helped too. The job search, oof. So for the job search, they brought in people from Coding Dojo that would help us in the job search. The issue is we had one day with them because our days got cut short because there's an incident downtown very close to where we were located at, and we could not get into the building. So we got cut short Not gonna hold you, we were the first cohort in Dallas. So this was a brand new experience in this city. And so we didn't get that support, but what ended up happening was they were available to help. Anytime you had questions, you could reach out, that sort of thing. We did have a day where like they was talking about like LinkedIn stuff and things like that. But as far as like, really diving into things, we never got to that point because things were cut short, like I said. Beyond that, Coding Dojo did provide like a way for you to like find out about jobs. So they had like a newsletter, things like that they would like blast different opportunities through, but you had to be quick because those opportunities, like, they left fast. So you had to be on top of it. Back then, employers were used to seeing coding boot camps on resumes. So they were willing to give you a chance, giving you an opportunity to like present yourself and the things that you've learned and the projects that you've done and your experience that you had, and really understand your knowledge to see if it fit like different job opportunities that they had available, through whether it be through them or if it was just like a recruiting agency, that sort of thing. So they were willing to listen, but that doesn't mean that every time someone reaches out, like HR reaches out, it's like, yes, opportunity this is it. It's like, no. I got a lot of no's. It was discouraging, to be fair. And I didn't know if it was worth it. Like, I was like, did I just waste my life? Like, waste my time? Probably not. Over the years, I've been able to work in different industries, learn from some really great people. People have given me opportunities to work at their company and be an intern there. And shout out to everybody who's helped me like progressively get this far. Definitely appreciate the opportunities that were given to me, especially with maybe things that weren't jobs. Like even with Women Who Code, that was a great opportunity as well to like be around other like-minded women too. That also led to conferences and things like that. So far I could say it was a solid experience. So as far as like what bootcamp taught me versus what my jobs have taught me, like actually working in the field, bootcamp taught me, like I said, like working with others, collaboration, how to think, how to solve for problems, like be in a spot where you're like, oh, I'm stuck, I can't figure this out, and like keeping at it, like not giving up. And as far as like what a job taught me, it was like, hey, you're not going to build the entire app by yourself. So I had the misconception that I'm going to build the app, I'm going to build the whole app at my job. No. That's not what's happening here. But it's like, hey, you still are going to collaborate with others, and it's going to be a team effort. And it taught me like different jobs taught me about different workflows and how other people are going about their day and how you can incorporate some of those things. With the shift of AI coming into the picture nowadays, it's just modified how I work as a software engineer. I'm still solving problems, but I am able to have the AI kind of be there as a little sidekick, if you will, right? So I can try solutions and weave out things that do not work way much faster than I used to in the past. It would definitely sometimes be even working with somebody else. We could be all day working on a thing and still not get something to where it's close. So I feel like with AI into the picture, it's a little bit easier to like throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks faster than before. Was a coding boot camp worth the money and the risk? So the risk was tough. I'm not gonna hold you. During that time, I didn't spend a lot of time with my friends. I was part of a church, and I was very much involved in ministry at that time. And so I remember there were some days I was like, I can't go. I can't go to certain things. If they were doing, I would do the stuff in ministry, but if they were doing stuff outside of ministry stuff, sometimes I wouldn't make it to all the things. And then if I was with my family, I was typically on my laptop, just like doing stuff on my laptop. So it was a choice. I will say that much. It was a choice. The reward for what I went through was like, now I have a career as a software engineer, and that's what I wanted. Like, I wanted to have a career, and I could honestly say I have a career. Like, before, like I mentioned, I was working at a life insurance company. I didn't know where I was going, but like now, potential, and I've seen the potential, and I've seen the opportunities that I've been able to take advantage of. It's beautiful to be able to see the things I've done in my career over this last decade. It's so amazing. Like, I'm proud of myself, for real. And I've gained invaluable skill sets and abilities to pursue many adventures in different avenues. So, was it worth it for me? Yes, it was worth it for me. It was an experience that I definitely benefited from. Bootcamp is for those people who really want to learn how to code in a structured environment, but they're willing to do the work that it takes in order to get to the end result. Okay. Also, if you were wondering, so I did end up paying the loan off in the 24 months. So in September 2018, I made my last payment. Yeah. And I was done. I was so excited. I was like, yes, no more loan. Woohoo! What I would tell my 2016 self, that's a hard one, but keep going. It's tough. You're missing out on some opportunities and some time that you may not get back. But in the end, the sacrifice is worth it, because you're going to make new friendships and build new relationships and have so much more experience and be able to have so many more opportunities than you would have ever thought about. Did you go to a coding bootcamp? What was your experience like? I want to know. Put your comments down below. Let me know. And hey, maybe you're in the market to go to a coding bootcamp now. I don't know your life. I don't know. Maybe you are. Maybe that's something that's on your mind these days. They still exist, by the way, if you didn't know. If you have any questions for me, drop those questions down below. I would love to be able to answer them for you. Thank you all for joining me. If you've gotten this far in the video, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.